Hey, what's good, y'all? Leo Cannell here with today's Seven Figures Club podcast. Today's episode, we're going to dig deep into one of life's bigger questions. And yes, it has a big connection to building a seven figures business, to joining that Seven Figures Club. Today's topic is death. It comes to us all. What kind of urgency should we be living with, knowing that it can all end at any moment? And how should we be teaching our kids and our team, our employees, and others to live a passionate life and to make every moment count? What should our daily focus be to take advantage of the opportunities and moments that we all have that can be so fleeting? So let's get going. There are over 32 million businesses in the U.S., and over 90% of them will never break seven figures in annual sales. So how do we as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs break into that seven figures club? This podcast will relentlessly share the secrets, strategies, and tactics I've used to create 3 multi-seven figures businesses and bring in even more successful entrepreneurs than me to share their inspirational stories and tactics to success. You can create your dream business and life right now. So buckle up and let's go. Hope you guys are finishing your week strong. Hope you're taking massive action. Hope you're, enjoying life. My goodness, sometimes we're just too serious and we just are not enjoying life. And with that in mind and that in my thoughts, early this morning I checked our Slack account. My partner Ty was, let me know that one of our great funding partners, a really good guy, had just passed away. And it was unforeseen. I guess it was some blood clot issues, some health issues that just snuck on him. Young guy in his 30s. He has a wife, a young child, and another baby on the way. And now, just like that, their lives are changed forever. His children, his wife, and everything's just shattered. And it's just so incredibly sad. There's nothing to me that's more sad than someone who is young with so much life to live and so much to live for when you've got a young family like that, and now he's gone, and it wasn't like it was anything that other than just biologically the health clock kind of just stopped, and things just caught up on him real fast, and just incredibly sad. And he was wonderful to work with. Sometimes you have strategic partners in this business and they're very needy and whiny and always complaining and making problems. And this guy was all solutions oriented. And even if we weren't perfect, he moved forward and he always did what he said he was going to do, which is a core value and principle that means you're a person that can be counted on, and a great strategic partner and relationship that we had with him. And just really puts things in perspective when something like that happens. And of course, in the last year with the pandemic and COVID, those things have happened a little bit more often than maybe they did before. And so it brings up this topic that death comes to us all. And in the movie Braveheart, which if you haven't seen that, you should watch it tonight, stream it ASAP. One of the best movies of all time about the life of William Wallace, the Scottish rebel who fought for freedom from the English in, I believe it was the 14th century. And just an amazing story of a guy who lived life to the fullest. And in that movie, towards the end, the princess who is, kind of taking care of the horrible King Edward the Longshanks, who's a real SOB in that movie, and he loses his power of speech, and as he's about ready to die, she says, "See, King Edward, death comes to us all, even you. But before it does, know this," your line ends, and she goes into it further. But the key phrase there is, hey, death is coming to us all. And, maybe we're a few hundred years before all of our technology and medical benefits can really extend our lives to be hundreds of years long. Right now, the average lifespan actually dipped a year with the pandemic and COVID. So the average lifespan decreased in the last year, and I think it's high 70s for women and mid 70s for men in the U.S. And so understanding that everything can end at any moment. And this is something Gary Vaynerchuk talks a lot about. He'll be walking down the street and be like, you're going to die. Not today, but at some point it's happening. So what kind of urgency should you be living with, knowing that it can all end in any moment? And that, my friends, is one of those existential, philosophical type questions that we need to be asking ourselves. We need to be asking ourselves, what do we believe? What do we believe, happens after death? We can't control anything about what's going to happen after death. Believing in that afterlife, and if you're, of the Christian faith, like I am, member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that's certainly one of our beliefs, is that everything that we're doing, the people that we're helping in our mortal existence here, is going to translate into, where we go in the next life. And whether you believe that or not, it certainly could be the case that that's what happens. And so there's kind of a couple things to look at here, and it's more than, just going to church and being a good person. I can't stand people who just think, oh, I'm just going to go to church and read the scriptures and I'm all set. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's the impact that you make on people's lives. It's the actions you take to improve other people's lives, because that's what Jesus did, right? He was always taking massive action to help others, and it wasn't just sitting in a church meeting, which is what the Pharisees and the Sadducees of his day were doing, who thought they were letter of the law righteous, but they missed the entire spirit, which was to help other people. And so there's kind of two concepts here, and they should come together that I see it as. And it's one, there's your spiritual, there's your family life, that you're trying to make a difference and trying to help guide your kids and support your partner, spouse, and create the very best life and environment for them to succeed and to help them, and then to help others, along their journeys, maybe involved in different charities. That's kind of one half. And the other half is our business life, which is at least half of our time kind of goes towards the career, the business that we've chosen. And so I was listening to another podcast today, and there was a gentleman there who had a great job working for a financial firm for like 14 years. And he started to realize at some point he was going to regret it if he didn't take his shot and start his own business and create his own impact and his own brand. And that's kind of what it's all about, right? I used to say often in some of our podcasting commercials that when you're old and on your deathbed, you can't build that 7 figures business. You can't create that dream life. You can't spend that time and go wakeboarding with your kids in the summer and take your family to Cancun or the Caribbean, or go on that cruise with your wife. Like you don't get that opportunity when it's all over. And so the worst thing you can do is live a life filled with regrets, in which you didn't take your shot, you didn't take your chances, you didn't intentionally think about what you're doing and stop and meditate about the life that you want to create and the legacy that you want to live. And so there's got to be this urgency. And right now, one of the struggles in my life is kind of helping my 2 oldest kids to understand the urgency that they should be living with, that they should be popping out of bed early in the morning, ready to take on the day and pursue their dreams and the things that they're passionate about, and to make a difference and a positive impact in people's lives, and to attack everything with an energy unknown to man, and to have all this enthusiasm at the opportunity that we have to live and to be on the one planet within billions of light years that actually does support life, right, in our solar system. And so there's all these amazing blessings that we've got, but my goodness, there's nothing more unfortunate or sad than seeing these amazing opportunities put before us, and we're wasting our time, we're wasting our opportunity. And I guarantee you, at the end, when you are on your deathbed, and sometimes you don't even get a chance to think about things on your deathbed, something happens and you're gone, car accident, whatever it is. And so you've got to live life with urgency today. And then once you kind of get that understanding, well, now how can you spread that urgency, right? How can you teach your children and your family and your team and your business and others how to live with that kind of urgency and that kind of passion to create the dream life that we all want. And there's a few things that I think that you've got to do. Number one, you've got to slow down for a moment and reflect. One of the great aspects we have as human beings is we've gotten to this point now in civilization where we aren't necessarily all of us worrying about our next meal or trying to have to protect ourselves from the tribe next door who's going to come and attack us. And so there's an opportunity for more time to reflect and create the life, the business, everything that's important, and to kind of define what's important, what is important, what truly matters, right? At the end of the day, if you made billions of dollars and you had no family and friends and a team to share it with, well, that doesn't work either, right? And at the end of the day, if you have, an awesome, great family life and at least you think you did, but you didn't really create the epic life for your family, and you didn't make a massive positive impact on people by creating a seven figures business, and you don't have to necessarily be the creator. Maybe you're, working for a startup and you're the 10th person in or the 15th, or you're an entrepreneur in a company where you can be entrepreneurial but you don't have to risk your own capital, and you get opportunities there. And so there's all sorts of opportunities. And the important thing is that we're intentionally taking time and defining what we want our life to look like, so that at the end of the day, when we do pass, we can look back with no regrets and realize that we did everything possible. In a sports adage, we left it all on the field, right? We gave it everything we could, and those are results that we can live with. But what we can't live with are those times where we're wasting time, right? And I think a lot of that comes back to, of course, looking and reflecting once a week, how did you spend your time, right? If you spend it streaming a bunch of TV and playing a bunch of video games, unless you're an online gamer, you're an influencer on Twitch or YouTube, all that game time is a waste of your damn time, right? And unless your business or career is centered around doing reviews on different movies and TV shows and different shows that are popping up on all the streaming services, again, you're going to look back and reflect that, boy, you wasted a lot of time that could have been spent creating a seven figures business that would create freedom and an epic life for you and your family, and teaching them that they have this opportunity too, and making a positive impact on people. And more nowadays, you see entrepreneurs creating products and services really with a focus and a vision to improve people's lives more so than ever. And it's an amazing time that we're living in, but still a lot of people are not living their dream life. They're not intentionally thinking about the things they need to do to make that happen. And it's very sad and it's very unfortunate, because death is coming. And so what should our daily focus be to take advantage of every moment and opportunity we have? Well, like I said, you need to reflect maybe for a few moments in the morning before it gets all busy, right? That's why it's important to get into a powerful morning routine. And there are a lot of different books and programs about dominating your morning. And, for some of us, that's tough. Like when I was in high school and college growing up, I had this disease where I would just stay up late all the time and really not live as intentionally and successfully as I could have. And then when I went on, a mission to Santiago, Chile, had an opportunity to serve others, one of the best things I learned on that mission was organizing my time and getting up early and going to bed at the right time. And when you start to do those things, success begins to come your way so much more frequently. And so that's an invitation that I want to make to you, right? That number one, you're meditating and you're writing down goals that you're looking to achieve. You're defining intentionally what your dream life and business look like. And then each morning, and especially at the beginning of each week, you should be setting, 8 to 10 tasks that you're going to knock out that week that are going to take you closer to achieving that goal. And the problem that happens is we get stuck in just the work, in the nuts and bolts, but we might be working on the busy stuff, but not the stuff that's actually going to move the needle, not the stuff that's actually going to create the life that we want. We don't have the time set aside in our calendar, to attend our children's activities or to be there and support them. Or family dinner for me is super important, right? Families that stick together, the studies show they have family dinner. And it's hard because we've got 5 kids and different activities, from music and dance and soccer and football and all these different things going on. But we know that Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, most of the time, 5 out of 7 days, we're going to be able to sit down and have a meal at least once or twice a day as a family, and that makes a big difference in our family life. We know that we're going to try and sit down with our kids individually on a Sunday and map out their life and how the week went and where they need to improve and how we can support and help them. And so it's meeting with the people you care about. It's meeting with your team members once a month and talking about what you can do to support and help them create their dream career, because when you do that, guess what? Your business is going to be more successful. Your clients are going to be better taken care of when you take care of your team and your employees and create the right opportunities and listen to them, right? So that's my invitation. That's coming to us all. Live life with urgency, with purpose, intentionally and deliberately sit down with yourself, by yourself, once a week, especially once a month. Map it out. Where are you trying to go? What do you need to do to get there? And then do the same thing with your wife or husband, spouse, partner, and talk about the life that you want to create with and for your family. And then take action and don't let anything get in the way. Make those things non-negotiable and for sure dominate your calendar. And also put in there, days off. You know what? Next Wednesday, I'm taking the day off. I'm going to take my boys and go snowboarding, right? Or, you know what? We need to go on a family vacation, and I don't care what else is going on. We're going this date for 7 days. Everybody clear your schedule. That's what's happening. And those are the types of things you've got to do, because as this happens to all of us, people we care about unexpectedly pass away, and our mortality is made so clear. Death comes to us all. Make sure you're making every moment count. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you next time on the podcast.
Are you looking for more 7-figure secrets, content, or even how you can launch your own recession-proof business? Then check out 7figures.com. That's the digit 7, FIGURES.com, where we share more videos, stories, strategies, funding solutions, entrepreneurial education, and even the secret business type that's recession-proof. Thank you for listening, and if you're finding value in our podcast, please give us a 5-star and invite others to join the club.